some lunch back, but I just don't think
Ray is doing something else and I didn't join us. You should have been here like by 1 o'clock. Yeah. You haven't got the power yet,
Kiara
right?
got it, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, Kiara got it.
Oh, well, then I guess we shouldn't be bothering this guy anymore.
I thought you.
Attention customers, others may move your food. Take your time with customer satisfaction survey and let us know what you think. And you can look at the detail, time and loss support. The survey goes Friday.
An on-time performance right now, so we're going to get the clock moving on this situation. It's the 190th anniversary. I'm Tim Mint, the communications director for the MTA. What many people may not know is that, and this is true, there is actually
here at beautiful Grand Central Madison will help us celebrate a very special day in the history of the Long Island Railroad and Long Island, which is our charter, April 24th, 1834, 190 years ago to the day. We are the oldest railroad in the country still operating under its original name. And I think it's poetic that we're here in Grand Central Madison to celebrate this event and celebrate our beginnings as we're here in our newest terminal, the beautiful and magnificent Grand Central Madison. But before we go any further, I want to first acknowledge some very special guests with us this afternoon, starting with my personal guest, Gianna Terziano.
As we reflect on the storied history of the Long Island Railroad, we find innovation, resilience, and unwavering commitment. For nearly 2 centuries, we've been the lifeblood of Long Island, connecting bustling cities, quaint towns, and scenic landscapes. Established on April 24, 1834, the Long Island Railroad was originally chartered to provide service from New York to Boston via a ferry connection at its eastern terminus, Greenport. When this route was superseded by a land route through Connecticut, our focus became regional. For the better part of the 19th century, we were steam engines mostly chugging through the center of Long Island, rife with pine barrens and potato fields, with no real presence on the north or south shore. Competing railroads quickly emerged to fill that gap, some providing routes to connecting ferries heading to the bustling metropolis of Manhattan. By 1890, we acquired most of the smaller competing rail lines, eventually becoming the sole railroad on Long Island. In 1900, we were acquired by the juggernaut Pennsylvania Railroad, which opened Penn Station on September 8, 1910, creating a vital rail transit hub connecting Long Islanders to Manhattan. Through wars, baby booms, and suburban migration, communities started to build around the railroad, and Long Island's population significantly grew. We met this growth with growth of our own, becoming more vital to the economic engine of New York, and in turn, the world. In 1905, we introduced electric locomotives in anticipation of service under the East River at Penn Station. In 1926, we were the first U.S. railroad to begin using diesels. By 1955, the last steam locomotives were retired from duty, with diesels working all the non-electrified branch lines. By 1969, the MTA was running the Long Island Railroad, and the aging NU fleet was being completely replaced by modern stainless steel metropolitan rail cars. By the close of the century, bi-level passenger coaches were ubiquitous, and high-level station platforms were the rule. The 21st century would find us working through a number of large-scale projects as our ridership reached new heights. When COVID-19 ground just about everything to a halt in early 2020, we kept our trains running and continued to move full speed to complete our existing capital projects. Over the past few years, we've opened a second track on the Ronkonkoma branch, a third mainline track between Hicksville and Queens, and opened Moynihan Train Hall in the former Farley Post Office building, returning grandeur to the historic Penn Station. In early 2023, our public works project known as East Side Access was completed, and we opened Grand Central Madison, connecting Long Island Railroad with Metro North Railroad for the first time. This represented the largest new train terminal to be built in the United States since the 1950s, and the first expansion of our railroad in more than 100 years. When you combine this generational milestone with the expanded track capacity through Nassau and Suffolk, it opens up the promise of untold economic benefits for the entire region. From our humble beginnings in the 1830s to becoming the busiest commuter railroad in North America, we have weathered storms, adapted to changing times, and carried generations of passengers across our tracks. As we celebrate our 190th anniversary, let us honor all who have shaped this iconic railroad, a testament to the enduring spirit of transportation and community.